Yins, my name is Sarah Devlin. Welcome to this episode here on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another tarot deck review. I bought this deck, which is called the Bridge Witches deck, back in December. I think it was December 8th. I think it was. There was a craft show here in Pittsburgh of a bunch of, like, for the most part, local vendors. They weren't all local, but you know, just to like show off what they had and to you know, sell stuff for Christmas presents and, you know, for that time of year and whatnot. So this was a deck, or is a deck, called the Bridge Witches deck, made by a local tarot artist. It's the second edition, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the author once we get into it. I'm ready to just crack into this, but I guess we'll open this up. So this is the book, and it has about this deck, spread examples, major arcana, minor arcana, acknowledgements, and selected prints. So, you know, pretty normal, and that's really pretty. I really like this artist's aesthetic. Everything she had in her booth was gorgeous. So we'll just shift this over so you can see this is the about page. I'm just going to read you about, I guess I'll read you the whole thing. Created by Killer Pancake, 2017-2018. Killer Pancake is Genevieve Barbee-Turner, an artist and illustrator based in Pittsburgh, PA. Inspired by her surroundings, she illustrates the communities she has worked and lived in. She illustrates the communities she has worked and lived in, highlighting the grace of everyday life. After 3 years of collecting voices on a podcast called The AP Collection, she amassed a large selection of stories that have broadened and challenged her feelings about living in Pittsburgh. This has culminated in the creation of the Bridge Witches, a tarot deck. The deck of 78 cards illustrates the people and places in the city of Pittsburgh, blended with a retelling of the Rider-Waite. The suits, fences, cicadas, trees, and cups reflect the north, south, east, and west ends of the city, its seasons, its history, and lesser represented communities that make Pittsburgh what it is. While past interviews were used as a springboard, much of the Bridge Witches was researched by traversing the neighborhood, talking to people, and sifting through documents at multiple libraries, including the Heinz History Center and the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. And it says, dedicated to the 10th Ward. So that's just a little bit about this deck. Yeah. So that was why I was drawn to the idea of this deck. I really like the idea of a Pittsburgh-themed deck because, as you know, I've been living in Pittsburgh for about 6 months now, and I really love this city. It really feels like home, and I really want to keep living here. So I was really excited about that. And then when I saw the art, which we're going to go through, I was really excited. I was like, oh, I have to have this deck. So let's see here. Okay, this was on the bottom, but it looks like that's not the beginning of the deck. So this just says, tarot is a system of learning that illustrates the actualization of self through the fool's journey. Put simply, the fool begins with nothing and ends with the world. Bridge Witches Tarot is an effort to combine a deep appreciation for this witchy path of wisdom with the many diverse communities within the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you for purchasing this deck. The second edition has adjustments made to 13 different cards in an attempt to tell more stories from Pittsburgh. Enjoy your journey. So then it just says, created by Killer Pancake, killerpancake.com, made with love in Pittsburgh, PA. So yeah, and I'm totally not sponsored. Like I said, I picked this up at a craft show. So we are going to go through all of the cards. So I'm gonna just, I think, zoom in a little bit so y'all can see, or yins rather, since this is a Pittsburgh thing. Yins can see all the details. All right, that looks good. Normally I hold them up, but I don't know exactly. We'll just see what works. So we have the Fool. It's a really pretty lady. I like that she has the Ouija board on her neck. I think that's really cool, just because it kind of implies to me a lot of like limitless, I guess would be the way to put it. The idea of like you have no idea what sort of answer you're going to get. Or you know, whereas with the Fool, it's like you don't really know where you're gonna go, or maybe you have an idea, but it's gonna turn out different. So I don't know, I like that, the possibility. You never know who's gonna be on the other end of the Ouija board, and you never know what sort of response you're gonna get, that sort of thing. So we have the Magician, which actually, I had a reading done for me. You got a free reading when you bought the deck from a person who I will link to down below. Because I don't have their card in here with me right now. But this is the Magician, and this was one of the cards that was pulled for me. I really like this guy just because First of all, it looks like he has coffee cups on his tie, and I love coffee. And I like the backpack because I can just imagine him walking to his office job from one neighborhood to another. One thing the person who did the reading for pointed out was this snake is, normally you see like an Ouroboros on this deck, but it's broken, so she talked about like the breaking of cycles maybe in this, as much as, you know, get up and go. You have the energy to change things. So that was one thing I thought was really cool. Next thing we have is the Popus, and oh, I absolutely love this. This is one of the, I haven't really looked through this deck at all. I did get a reading with it, a 3-card reading, and I did look at a little bit of the artwork just to see if I liked it or not enough to want to buy it, and I pretty much immediately just saw the colors and everything. I was like, okay, I have to have this. I really like this. It's really cute. I love the kitty. Oh, there's a pomegranate. Oh, I like that. I like that. We have the Empress. I like that too. I like the flowingness almost. I'm seeing a lot of like movement in the way, well, not necessarily the Magician, which is kind of funny, but like in the Fool, and a little bit in the Popus, who would normally be the High Priestess, or usually. I'm sorry, I'm leaning on this table and it's shaking. Let's change that. And then we have the Empress, and that has a lot of movement to it as well. And I really like that. Then we have the Emperor, who is also looks to be maybe a woman. They're wearing a dress. It looks like they might have breasts, or at least they have a dress that is made for a person with like a larger chest, not a flat chest. And they have long hair. So it could be a woman, it could be a man. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to read the guidebook and see if it says. This is really interesting. This was another card I had pulled for me. I had 2 major arcana, which was kind of surprising. But anyways, I really like this one. I really like the energy I'm seeing here. The blood splatters. They might not be blood splatters, but that's what brings to mind to me. And they're holding a microphone, so maybe they're singing, kind of like at a concert. I don't know, I'm just feeling a lot of energy, and everyone's really enthralled by the person on stage. It's really cool. Definitely a leader card. Then we have the Hierophant. Oh, I love that. This, I think, is my favorite card so far. I don't know, I like the idea of there being a female Hierophant. You never see that. And these, I don't know if this is balloons or grapes, but I don't know. It just reminds me of Aesop's Fables, the fox and the grapes. I love the horns. I love her horns. She's gorgeous. Then we have the Lovers. Ooh, I like that. I love the pigtails and the, I'm not sure what sort of hairstyle you'd call that there since it's just outlines, but I really like how you can kind of see through these women to the reeds and stuff on the edge of the river, and I like that she included the bridge. I was sure there's going to be bridges in here somewhere because it's just such a, you know, integral part of the city. We have the Chariot. This is really interesting. I like the style of it. Oh, look. Isn't that Gemini maybe? And that's something. I know that's another astrological symbol. I have no idea which one that is. Maybe it's Cancer. I think that is Cancer. I really like that. I'm definitely gonna have to sit with it for a little bit. I really want to see what the inspiration behind it was. Very curious. I can't off the top of my head think really of what it might be, but I like it a lot. And then we have Fortune. She's pretty, very regal. I like her a lot. Yeah, that's really pretty. I don't have too much to say about that just yet. The Hermit. This is interesting. Oh, I see. So this person's holding the apple or cherry or whatever it is in front of their face. So you can't see them. They get that sort of like secludedness. So I'm imagining they're holding it out in front of them. So this is their hand as well. I really like that. That's really cool. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. This was one of the ones I saw when we were there. I remember seeing this one. This is another one I really like, but I'm not really sure what's going on with it just because I can't read the artist's mind, and I'm really looking forward to getting to read through the deck to see. Looks like there might be something written on the... Oh, they're tombstones. I just thought they were rocks. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, this is a very interesting card. I really like this deck. Then we have Justice. That's interesting. Wow, that is an intense card. I don't know. This seems to me almost like justice is not right in this incarnation of the card. Like, I'm almost imagining this head's on that plate, like a head on a plate. I forget who it was a biblical story or historical story where they asked for someone's head on a plate because he was, you know, against the religion that was in power or whatever. It was John the Baptist, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. She's in power and I don't think she should be. She seems cruel almost. I'm really interested to see what anybody else is saying about it, and I think that might be the Libra symbol. I should know my own symbol, my own star sign, but I don't know my own sun sign, but that's definitely one of them. Then we have the Hanged Man. I think that's one too. I don't know. At this point, I might just be pointing to anything. This is interesting. It's kind of gruesome. It's interesting. I really like it. It's kind of creepy. They look like they've been drained of blood, but I guess if you were, well, I guess that is blood dripping out of them. I don't know, it's really creepy, but I kind of like it. Okay, so this is Death, and I really, really like this card because it has the sort of dead and decaying vibe to it. That's one of my favorite things about the card Death, because death implies change. Not necessarily a death of yourself, like literally like getting hit by a car or something like that, but like you're changing as a person. And I always liked that because when like something dies, especially like an animal out in the woods or like a plant, or, you know, someone kills a cow for food, that is going to change, whether it's just becoming, you know, energy for a human to like work out their, you know, do their next day, or, you know, animals are going to eat this roadkill, or, you know, flowers are going to go from compost, because it's whole cycle of death and rebirth and change I really like. And this here, I don't know if that's smoke coming out of their cigarette or blunt or whatever that is. I really like it, and I also like how this flower here looks like it's been just ripped up by its roots, or maybe that's intestines coming from the person, I'm not sure. I really like this. It's definitely gruesome, and I know I've said that 2 cards in a row now, but I really, really like this Death card. It's something I've always been very interested in since I've been learning about tarot. And now we have Temperance. Temperance is one of my least favorite cards in general, not necessarily in this deck, but I really do like this card. It's very chill. They're definitely in like some sort of like backyard party, like a barbecue or something, and the person's just kind of holding out 2 bottles. Like, you know, do you want to imbibe? You know, is it safe? Who knows? I don't know what's in those bottles. Is it worth it? I don't know. That depends on who you are as a person and what you think of that sort of thing. And I really like that idea of just, you're hanging out and then you have to make a choice on whether which one you're gonna drink, or if you're gonna say no, or just grab both of them, I guess. But I really like this, and I kind of like the swirls coming out of it. Like, I don't think that necessarily means the bottles are steaming. It just makes me think of like spirits almost. But I really like this. That's a really cool card, and that's definitely an interesting way to think about it. Oh, I love this. I hadn't seen this card yet. This is the Devil. I really, really like that. I really, really like that. That's so cool. It's a cat, or maybe a rat. I don't know, but I really like it. They're sitting on the bus, it looks like. Got their legs spread. That's the most annoying thing on the bus. And they're talking on the phone with somebody loud. So just kind of like the most annoying person you'd see on the subway. Or maybe this is like the most annoying traits you could have. Not the most annoying, but like annoying traits that maybe we all do from time to time. You know, just like we're not being considerate of others, I guess. That's the vibe I'm getting from them. But I really like the star on the forehead, the upside down like pentagram sort of thing. I don't know, I really, really like this little skull down there at the bottom. And then we have the Tower. The Tower is an interesting card for me. I've yet to see a like a, how do I want to put it, a like interpretation of it I really, really vibe with. And I will agree here, this isn't like, oh yeah, this is like my favorite way of the Tower. I think of the decks I have, the Wild Unknown is my favorite like iteration of the Tower, and that's just a tree being struck by lightning. But I really do like this skull. I have an affinity for skulls, I suppose you could say. So I really like this. I don't really have anything specific to say about it. It's interesting she moved that up there, because on all the other ones they're down further for the most part. But that's a good place to put it. It doesn't cover up the teeth. So yeah, I really like that. And we have the Star. I really like that. That's really pretty. I know I'm like a broken record at this point, but is that a Ferris wheel? It looks like, yeah, it's a Ferris wheel in the background there. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. The Star is like a symbol of hope, I guess you could put, and say like, you know, the battle's been won, you can rest before you move on, that sort of thing. It's definitely a very hopeful card. And just the way her hair is flying up in the sky, I don't know, I really like that. it feels like a new day and things are gonna be okay, even though it's been really rough. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card. A very warm card, like it's going from cool colors to warm, and I'm just like, you know, it's been cool colors for a while. It's not actually been the best, but now it's gonna be okay. Okay, so our next card is the moon, and as you can see, I've covered up her breasts. I don't really think it's a big deal, but I know YouTube might kind of flip out about it. And also, I don't think it's fair of me to just kind of throw that on you guys if not all of you are comfortable looking at that. Not that I think that you necessarily need to be uncomfortable with that, but I really like this woman. She's gorgeous. I love her hair. I love the dramatic shadows, especially like her neck and the shadows on her face. I don't know, it's just really, really pretty. And she looks like she's kind of ethereal, but at the same time very solid, which is kind of interesting because of the meaning of the moon. Like, is something there, is it not? You're not sure, but she looks very solidly there. I don't know. I really like her, and I'm kind of torn about covering her up, but at the same time, I know that not everybody feels comfortable with that. So, yeah. Then we have the sun. I really like that. That's really pretty. I think I know where I've seen that before. That, like, that's on a ceiling somewhere, but I couldn't for the life of you tell me, but it looks really familiar. And then we just have a person looking up. They're wearing glasses. You know, the sun's kind of behind them. I don't know. I really like it. The sun's also a very positive card, a very, not actually hopeful card, but just like, you know, the light of day, we know, as opposed to the dark of night. Like, we know it's there. We know what we have to do. The next one we have is Judgment. And I really like, this was one of the ones I saw when I was glancing through the cards. She had a whole deck there, like, to look through. And I didn't really look through it all the way, but because I knew immediately when I saw the cards just spread, I'm like, I have to have this. This is the Squirrel Hill Tunnel would be my guess. There are a couple tunnels, so it might not be, but that's what it looks like to me. I don't know, really, I'm not sure why she's eating it, but I really like the way that looks, that really gory sort of style. I don't know why that is, and I definitely have to read up on it, but I really like it. Yeah, it's just, I'm really interested to see what the thought was behind this, and I can't wait to dig into the guidebook. I was like, I have to get the guidebook with this. There's gonna be so much more I don't know about it, you know, that I'm gonna learn about. So we have the world, and this is gorgeous. Love it. Not sure what that detail is supposed to be, that blue line there, but I really like this. It's really, really pretty, and I like how the circles going around her head can kind of implying like unity, and you have the circle there as well. You can see the cityscape in the background, like that's the, I think, the Cathedral of Knowledge. The better that is. I recognize the skyline, but I'm just clueless apparently. I really, really like that. And it's really pretty, and I feel like she's very, very empowered compared to the woman at the very beginning who seems kind of naive and confused. This woman knows what she's doing, and maybe all of her choices haven't been good, but she, you know, knows herself, and she's strong, and she's, you know, ready to take on the world, so to speak. So we have the Ace of Cicadas. That's really gorgeous. And I'm not a huge fan of people changing like the suits, but I really do like this. I'm not sure. I think this might be Pentacles. We have cicadas, so Ace of Cicadas. That's odd. Okay. We have the 10 of cicadas. We have the 2 of cicadas. That's weird. They're not in order. I didn't shuffle these or anything before, and the whole major arcana was in order. We'll just go through it. We can live with it. I like the tomatoes and the windowsill garden. I really like that. There's a eggplant back there just because, like, I have a windowsill garden. They're all herbs, they're not vegetables, but yeah, I really like that. That's cute. We have the 3 of cicadas. I wonder if this 10 is supposed to be where the 1 is, would be my guess. The 3 of cicadas, they're cooking, there's a foam. That's really cool, kind of like a neighborhood community. I mean, duh. But yeah, I really like that. And we have the 4 of cicadas. What does it say? It says Sweet Smash. I'm not sure what that is. That's another thing I'll have to look up. Maybe this is, no, it's not the 4 of Cups, because we have 4 of Cups. I don't know what it is. 4 of Pentacles, maybe? 5 of cicadas. 6 of cicadas. Not sure what's going on there. Is that a stenographer, maybe? Stenographer? I think that's how you say it. Or maybe I was gonna say a meter maid, but she doesn't really look like one. That's another one I'm gonna look up and find out. But I really like that. It's really cool. The 7 of Cicadas. I want to know exactly why she's running in a tutu. That looks really cool. We have 8 of Cicadas. What is he holding? Or is that just his hand? It says Maker's New Grand Opening. That's cool. We have the 9 of Cicadas, and are we gonna, is this gonna be the 1 or another 10? Nope, just the, oh no, you don't get a 1, but the 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. So the 10 goes here, and the king goes there. I'm not sure what he's holding, if it's a staff or a bong maybe? I'm not sure. That's really cool though. He's definitely seeing something that the rest of us aren't, and I like his flower crown. Always down for flower crowns. We have the Knight of Cicadas and more vegetable imagery. I really like that. We have the Page of Cicadas. She is intense. She is intense. And I like how the fence is broken in the background. It almost implies she's snuck in maybe. Maybe she's not supposed to be there. I'm not sure, but I really, really like that. I like her swimsuit. She looks like she's getting ready to F someone up or mess someone up, however you want to put that. Again, she's seeing something that's not, the rest of us can't see. I like that otherworldly aspect. The Queen of Cicadas, that's interesting because I guess these boobs are okay, I guess. Okay, so then we have the Ace of Cups, which says, put on my big girl pants today. Which I never really liked that phrase, but I am a fan of coffee, so I can appreciate this cup. Then we have the 10 of Cups, and it looks like they've got lots of different mugs there, and you know, lots of stuff like that. That's really cool. That's interesting though, this 10 of Cups is in the wrong spot, where the 10 of Cicadas was in the wrong spot too. I'll just put that off to the side. We'll come back to that. We have the 2 of Cups. That is really cute. I like that. It's got Girl Squad, hashtag, and they're doing like the Snapchat filter. It's a very modern, very cute looking thing. I like that. And we have the 3 of Cups. I like that a lot. That's really cool. It's got more vegetables and stuff. And then we have the 4 of Cups, and they're drinking out of more of like a teacup, but it still looks like coffee to me. And I like the flowers in her hair. It's really pretty. And then we have 5 of Cups. I really like that with the bicycle. You've got the 5 cups there, each with a candle in it of some sort. This looks like maybe a memorial for someone, or a vigil for maybe a bike rider who was killed somehow. I don't know, it's kind of sad, but it's really pretty. And then we have the 6 of Cups. This was the other card that was pulled for me when I was having my reading done. And I really like that. It's really cute. It reminds me of the Popes. We have the 7 of Cups. It looks like they might be, this person might be at a bar or a restaurant of some kind, and there's all different symbols on the cups. And then we have the 8 of Cups. I really like that. That's really cool. The 9 of Cups. Huh. Then we have the King of Cups. That's pretty cool. The Knight of Cups, but this says N-I-G-H-T. Here, we're gonna put that there. I wonder, did it say that? 5 of Cicadas. Sorry, I'm like making a mess here. Where's the Knight? 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 4. Well, it says Knight here of Cicadas. That's interesting though that it's like nighttime. It's cool. And then we have the Page of Cups. I really like that person. Looks like ramen maybe, but in a coffee cup? I don't know. The Queen of Cups, she's really pretty creepy. I like her. Oh, look at her arms. They're disembodied. That's cool. And then we have the Ace of Fences. And it says Fountain of Youth. I think I know where that is. And then we have the 10 of Fences. I'm assuming these are like the swords maybe. That's very much a wrought iron look. We'll put that to the side for now. We have the 2 of Fences. 3 of Fences. The 4 of Fences, the 5 of Fences. Oh, I really like that. That turned out nice. They all are nice. 6 of Fences, 7 of Fences. He's pretty cool. Have the 8 of Fences. Ugh, that creeps me out, having the things going through her arms. The 9 of Fences, and we'll add the 10 in here. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to shuffle these as soon as I'm done. We have the King of Fences. She looks pretty kingly. The Knight of Fences. They've done it again. It's interesting. And then we have the Page of Fences, and her face says delete, or her face, her shirt says delete all video games. These are in an interesting order, I will say that. We have the Queen of Fences, and then we have the Ace of Trees, and I bet this is wands. So Cicadas must be pentacles or discs or coins, that one. So these are probably wands in my mind. We'll skip the 10 of Trees for now. And we have the 2 of Trees, I like him. 3 of Trees, I really like that too. 4 of Trees, that's cool. You see like nature reclaiming the house. 5 of Trees, that's really cool. More of the nature reclaiming. And then we have 6 of Trees, Breakfast of Champs. Looks like it's a bottle of something, not exactly Wheaties. 7 of Trees, oh that's really pretty, I like that. 8 of Trees, he's got that the Oak King or the Holly King vibe going on, or maybe Odin even. I really like that. The 9 of Trees, I really like this one. I like that face with the hair. The King, oh, the 10 in there where it belongs. We have the King of Trees, the Knight of Trees, and the Page of Trees. And lastly, the Queen of Trees. Okay, so that's the whole deck. Now real quick, we'll just shuffle them up a little bit. I'm not gonna try and do like an actual shuffle. I don't really do that with my cards anyways, but you know, let's just shuffle them up. These are very smooth, and I didn't say anything about the cardstock, which I usually do. It's about average, a little bit thinner than average. Okay, so we have, like I said, we have the box, we have the deck, and we have this book that came with it, and I can't wait to read through that. I think that's it for what I have to say about this deck. I really, really like it. I can't wait to go to work with it. Links to everything will be below. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. That's it. Bye!